Why did I just take 20 damage?
Accident.
Why
Sorry.
did I take 20? I shouldn't take 20 damage because
No, I'll fix it. I'll fix
it's a jealousy damage.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
Good evening, fellow geeks. Welcome back to our next episode. We are currently in the middle of downtime, and we're just going to keep on rolling with that. So, Jack, I think you're up first. You're wanting to change your closet location, is that correct?
Yes. We do that by hanging out with the entertainers for a day, right?
Correct.
What was
Yep.
the last thing that we had them doing?
They're doing the Wheedle and Jig.
They're still doing the Wheedle and Jig.
You tried to change it to comedy, but you were really bad at it.
I was terrible, and
Yeah.
nobody liked my jokes. They have no sense of humor here. Yeah. Wow.
Ooh,
So
that Wheedle and Jig has had a big impact, and I'm going to have to tell you guys at the end of this campaign what the impact is.
Oh, you mean beyond just Gingham?
The performance type does change things.
Okay.
God
Well-
damn it, Gingham.
That's so Gingham, though. Gingham has influence in big ways that are very quiet. You know, Gingham
It's
is
terrifying. It's not very chill. It is demure. I don't know if I'd call it mindful.
All
It is helpful, though.
Yeah, you're hanging out with the Wheedle and
Oh my gosh!
Jig.
Yes, I have to watch that for 8 hours.
For 8 hours, you gotta hang out, be entertained.
Okay, well, Jack's
some
gonna hit up
drinks, watch
the
some shows.
carnival to get some snacks first, and then go and watch the Wheedle and Jig performance.
Get one of those huge cotton candies.
Yep, some popcorn maybe, if they have that at the carnival.
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay, good.
Only kettle corn though.
Ugh.
I can live with
Oh.
that.
Oh, good. The best kind.
Katie, when you
Katie,
drop
you've
your head,
disappeared.
you become black. You
went
just go
full,
into
like,
the background.
stealth mode. It's like straight out of a video game where like a just shadow
You
goes
just
over
disappear.
you.
That's Gingham. Gingham's invisible influence.
It is. It was actually really cool. Oh man.
Okay, yeah. Jack's snacking and watching
And
the Wheedle
Shadow,
and Jig.
aka Mordecai, is not with you this time. Mordecai has actually been hanging out in the shop with Gingham.
That's not so new, though. He hasn't been my shadow for a minute.
It's true,
Right?
but he used to always hit up the carnival with you. I feel
That's
like.
true. Oh, Jack's a little lonely this time.
Aw.
But it's okay. I'm not spending a lot of time there. And instantly I'm reminded of Gingham because I'm watching this stupid dance for 8 hours.
Nice. Where are you changing your closet location to?
To my childhood home.
Awesome. And where was your childhood home?
Oh, gosh.
Tell us all about it.
So Jack grew up like outside of Taldor, in the Taldor wetlands, right? Is that the region?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's, I believe we said.
His dad was like a logger, like a woodsman. So
Mhm.
he grew up in foresty area, small
All these
little
isolated
village.
people getting snagged by hags.
Mm-hmm.
Don't live in isolated woods, people.
No
Unless
good.
you're an adventurer that can handle a hag.
So that's what he is focused on, I guess, as he's trying to change his closet location.
Excellent.
So he's just imagining, well, not imagining, he's remembering the good times that he had there. The memories of running through the trees with his friends, his dad teaching him how to chop wood and how to throw a dagger, how to shoot a bow, things like that. And he also remembers some of the terrifying times that he had there, like when he nearly answered the call as a kid and was lured into the woods by his mother, but his father snapped him out of it at the last moment. So anyway, just a lot of mixed feelings, but that's where he's trying to head back to with his closet, which also means goodbye, Cheliax. Hopefully I can revisit you someday and see how the firebrands are getting on with their slow but steady uprising.
Excellent. I love it. All right, you spend a day with the entertainers, and yeah, you like feel like a shift, just like a weird little nudge somewhere in your subconscious. You know that it worked. You've done this before. Or you head into your closet.
Finally, I throw the cotton candy and popcorn out, and I walk away from the Weedle and Jig and back to my closet.
All right, you walking or you thinking?
Oh yeah, I can think. I throw the cotton candy and popcorn away, and I think to my room.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, so
I would
back
love to
in
just snip just before he's saying, "Oh yeah, I can think."
Yeah, I can think. Amazing.
So when you get back to your closet and open the door, you know, you can typically see a little snippet of where you're going to come through. You see not a home that you remember, but just like an open plot of land with nothing around. No ruins or rubble like you saw at Ginny's old residence. But here, the notable thing that you see is you see a circle of stones, like flat stones, on the ground. And there are sticks intermittently stuck in the ground around these circles, around these stones, that have what appears to be human skulls.
How pleasant.
Yeah.
How high are the stakes in the ground? Like, how high up are the skulls, I guess? Are they like person height or
5 feet? Yeah.
Oh, big, tall barrier thing.
The stones are flat and the sticks with skulls are just intermittent. So there's
Got
not like
it.
a lot of them. There's maybe like 3 or 4. 3 or 4 sticks. A lot of stones making a big white circle.
Okay. I assume Birch is with me.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you don't want him to be.
No, I want Birch with me. All right. Jack kind of shrugs Birch closer onto his shoulder, takes a breath, and walks through the closet.
You step through, and the quiet of your room immediately erupts into chirps of birds, sound of bugs, just kind of your general wilderness. You hear the rush of some water nearby, which is a familiar sound. You remember living there, you used to hear there's a little creek that runs kind of nearby.
I want to examine this circle a bit closer.
The circle a bit closer. Yeah, you got it. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a haggler?
Ooh, yay, I love when Haglor comes into play. I mean, I love rolling for it. I don't always love when it comes into play. Pretty low roll. 30?
This is some sort of ritual that was definitely set up. You recognize it being a hag ritual by nature. The skulls and the stones. You feel like this is probably a meeting place for a ritual of some sort. But for the 30, you don't know exactly what the ritual was.
You know what? I'm going to use my 1 hero point for the session.
All right.
I feel like I can do better than a 7. A little better. 35.
35 is exactly what you needed.
Yay!
So this ritual here is creating a strong place of power for some hags. They call it a ley line. Now, the term ley line has different interpretations. Moon hags in particular have one interpretation. But basically, somebody was sacrificed here that had a strong tie to the land to make this a place of power for hags and connect them to it. If they continue with it, they can make basically a network of places of power.
Does this seem reminiscent at all of the ritual that Jack and Krunk saw in the very beginning where Ginny was being sacrificed?
It does. It was not complete yet, but it looks like they were probably setting up to sacrifice Ginny to do the same.
Okay. With my lore check, would Jack know how to disrupt this ley line? Or like break the circle?
You would. So it would require some dispel magic, or you could do a consecration ritual on the area. Krunk does not know the consecration ritual.
I think that Krunk only has arcane. Maybe I could try and like learn it from the temple though.
So yeah, consecration is so rituals in general. They're not tied to a spell tradition. Rituals, anybody can learn them, and then somebody has to lead the ritual. It usually involves other people participating. Oh, but you guys have your library, so you guys can learn it with enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But my house is gone. Like everything. Every sign of it
is gone. You can do a perception check if you want.
I do. I'll send. He doesn't have to make his own check, but I'll put Birch on the ground too, and I'll just say, sniff around, see if you can find anything.
Go ahead and roll for Birch as well. Yeah, roll for both.
Jack is a 33, and
Okay.
Birch.
Do you want Birch to assist or roll his own?
Birch can roll his own.
Okay.
Birch critically fails.
Birch seems really on edge. Like he's kind of frizzing out in this area. He seems not so pleased with the ley line energy.
Is it like I pick him up to like put him down and go sniff around, and he just like grabs onto my arm
a little bit.
He's like, no, don't let me go.
Uh-huh.
Okay, put him back on my shoulder, and I will just look around with my 33.
Okay, 33. You do spot a tree nearby that has what appears to be like some sort of like very dull, faint painted colors, like a rainbow of colors. You can barely catch it because it's not like super bright. It's like it's been faded with time.
I'll go take a closer look.
Yeah, and you take a closer look at the base of the tree. There's a mound of dirt like something just beneath the tree.
How big of a mound? Not like person-sized, I
No,
assume.
a pretty small mound.
Okay. What's this color? What are the colors on this tree?
The colors on the tree, there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple.
Is it just like a rainbow design, or
It's kind of like an arch of colors. A small
Okay.
little arch of colors. Not like a full-blown rainbow, but like the colors are kind of smeared together, like a gradient.
I'll dig it up.
When you dig it up, you find just a single thing in there's a little leather satchel. Pretty small, like maybe like large coin size.
What? I'll take it. What's inside?
You empty the contents of the package. There's only one thing inside, and it is a little wooden carved songbird with a long bushy tail. Looks like it's hand carved. Pretty well done. You do have memories of your father being pretty good at like whittling things and doing things like this. Could potentially be his work. And on the back of the songbird, there is an engraving that says "For Victoria."
For Victoria?
Mm-hmm.
What? Jack just stares at it for a while in disbelief. Does
If
anything?
you remember, you have seen this name once before.
Oh yes, that is why he's in disbelief.
Right.
If any of the viewers don't remember, Jack has been. Chase and I have been playing the past back and forth the Victoria dagger game. Jack swiped a dagger that said "For Victoria," like "Hope this keeps you safe" or "May this keep you safe" or something like that. And then he tried to get rid of it a couple times. Shadow has it currently. Jack gifted it to Shadow. So, yeah, that's really weird. Does anything about these colors, like, seem familiar or
roll me a religion?
Oh. Religion? 27.
27. Yeah, you recognize the colors, and now with the songbird tied to it, it's Shaylin iconography, a deity, the deity of peace and art and beauty.
In Jack's memory, his father was not particularly religious. I suppose he could have become religious in the years since Jack saw him. But
Also, a little bit, what happened? What was your relationship with your dad?
it was positive. His dad wasn't really someone who like had it together, but he cared about Jack and tried his very best. The whole hag thing really, really wore on his dad a lot, and he was kind of a drunk to just escape a lot of it. But again, he like really tried his best for Jack. So I think Jack was left to his own devices a lot of the time, but could tell that his dad loved him and was trying.
When's the last time Jack saw his dad?
Gosh, I think we said, I have written at least that Jack has been in the city for 8 years now. 8
years. Okay. 3 years since you've been trying to contact him?
Yes,
Is that what it was?
yes,
right. Okay.
yeah. So Jack has not seen his dad in 8 years. They wrote, but he hasn't contacted his dad now for 3 years. So, I mean, yeah, does anything about Shaylin, was his dad?
No, this
Did his dad write about that in the letters or anything like that, or is this all new?
Nope, this is all pretty new. Victoria's never come up. Shaylin's never come up.
All right. Well, Jack will pocket the bird, and he will take one last look around the trees, close his eyes, listen to the bird song, and he'll pat Birch, say, well, I think there's nothing left for me here. Let's go home.
Birch is still like freaking out.
He'll walk back through the closet portal to go home.
Outside the circle of stones. All right. So, Jack, you're back in Harrow Court. What's up next? I'm going to let you guys drive here with your downtime. We have the soft cutoff of Gingham's 8 days of crafting, so you guys can kind of do what you want until I say it's been 8 days, or you can finish early, whatever you want to do.
Do we want to see what Krunk was doing that day?
Yeah, what's up, Krunk?
Yeah, so I think that Krunk went to the temple of Desna in Absalom. Gosh, I couldn't remember the name for a second. Yeah, so he's gonna head to Absalom.
About that. Do people know you there? Are you pretty well known at the temple? Are you a frequent visitor?
I mean, I'm specifically blessed by Desna.
He was the first time we went. Whenever we went to get healed, they were like, "Oh, it's Krunk. He's amazing."
Yeah. So yeah, you got some fanfare there. These are your people.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Super awkward or whatever. Krunk kind of nods and gives his stiff, awkward smile and goes about his preparations so that he can, I don't know, what you do for Desna, light some incense and pray?
Honestly, I imagine it probably involves taking a nap.
Really?
Her meditation probably definitely involves sleeping.
Well, then in that case, he's 100% going to take a nappy nap.
Nice. I love that. There's probably incense and whatnot involved. It's a very, very chill nap. Okay. Yeah, what are you doing? Are you just worshiping, or are you, is there something you got in mind?
Krunk lays down, closes his eyes, and as he thinks, as he starts to drift off to sleep, he's kind of ruminating over this message that he wants to send to Desna. And he's got really conflicted feelings where he feels bad about how the last fight went. And he's just gonna pray, Desna, I'm sorry. I have been tasked with spreading your light and goodness around the world, and yet I lost myself to that old anger again. It overtook me, overcame me, and I had to tear them apart. I finally found this place, my home, and they wanted to take it from me, and all I wanted was to crush them. It wasn't for you, it was for me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this anger that came back. And that's what he's going to think about as he goes to sleep.
Excellent. Now, before we get into some vibes that you get here, do you guys care if I add in a homebrew rule that I really liked in the last home campaign that I did?
Oh, yeah.
So we did a mechanic called push, which is when you spend times doing things like studying topics or researching things or being devout with your deity. I'm going to give you a topic and you can earn a number of push for it. And I might give you options to do things with the push later on. Like maybe if Krunk's like, man, I have been so devout to my deity and I'm in trouble and I want to call my deity, I might let you spend push to do certain things tied to your deity. So why don't you go ahead and roll me a religion and
Okay.
see how thorough your worship is, and we'll give you some push.
Uh-oh. I'm only trained in religion, and I rolled a 2 for a total of 20. I really feel strongly about using my hero point on this.
Okay.
This is a really
Do it.
important moment for Krunk.
I like it.
A 5. 25, Chase. with
25.
my-
25, funny enough, is what you needed to get us.
Nice.
Here we go. 1 push.
One push. So note that somewhere on your sheet.
What do I put? Desna push?
Yes, but Desna push.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so you're asking Desna what you should do with all of this anger.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so you all sleep in meditation. You dream of more peaceful times, beautiful butterflies, and your dreams are a bit hazy through this worship, but there is an image that you're able to make out that doesn't really make much sense to you. You keep having this strange figure come into like, half focus. Looks like this.
Ah!
Why don't you describe this, Krunk?
Okay, imagine
His face is like, that's not what we expected.
he's got too many limbs. He's got frost coming out of his top 2 hands. His second pair of hands is just kind of clenched around his waist, like by his waist. He's got legs that have too many joints. He's got tealy blue skin. He's wearing some very fancy teal, gold, and white robes. And then imagine a hood that comes over his face that's drawn out super long and tall and narrow like a sea star. You got this guy.
Excellent description. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a society on those robes?
A society, you say?
Mhm.
Chase, Krunk is built to smash, not to know things. 28.
The colors you recognize from the town of Katapesh, which is one of the largest cities in Valerion next to Absalom. The largest mercantile city. But that's all you know. Colors look reminiscent of Katapesh.
Okay. And that's all I got was that she showed me a picture of this person, this starfish person. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Do you have any feelings, like good or bad, about the starfish person? Or is it just he's there
No,
in your
Just
mind?
there. It's just there.
I'll have to pray about that later.
I'm gonna pray on this.
Thank you, Desna, for this wisdom. I don't understand it. I don't know what it's supposed to do, or how it's supposed to help me, or really how I even feel about this dream in general. But I'm sure that you know best, and I will follow your guidance and figure it out eventually, I'm sure. Krunk will do little bows to everybody as he leaves, shake some hands, help out some healing if they need it, and then head home for the day.
All right. Who's next?
I want to talk to Willem,
Okay.
if I may.
Yeah, he's hard at
Everyone's
study
favorite
with a jet.
NPC, especially Ems. He's hanging out with Hajek. It's weird that they hang out too. Like he made her. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
It is
him
weird, I
and
agree.
Aurora and Hajek are in the library.
He's got like a harem
hard.
now. Oh,
Aurora is in her human form, so she's got the snake eyes, but a beautiful woman otherwise. Jack, what can I do for you?
Hey, Willem, how goes the research? Also, what are you focused on right now?
What am I
There's kind of
focused
a
on?
lot to unpack.
As I said, I'm trying to figure out how to stop you from being invaded in the future.
That
That's the
does seem
focus.
pretty important, I suppose.
Research goes slow but steady. How goes the reconstructing the deck of destiny?
Well, 5 down. He holds up his hand of 5 cards. A lot more to go, I assume. I don't actually know how many are in this deck.
52 allegedly.
Okay, well, then a lot to go.
I have to imagine if other groups are collecting them, probably start getting them in batches.
Maybe. Let's hope. I really don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to have Guy breathing down my neck, getting to just get more cards forever. Ugh, that's a horrible
I'm curious,
future.
Jack. What's in this for you? What are you going to do with the cards once you get them?
Well, these 5 I have right here have been pretty useful. So, I don't know, probably use them.
Would have pegged you for the type of person that was going to sell them.
Well,
I'd be interested.
I figured you would be. And maybe eventually we'll get to that point, but it seems like them being out in the world is causing a lot of trouble, so I'd rather not be a contributor to further chaos. I mean, usually I'm behind that kind of thing, but yeah, I don't know. It seems like all of the people who've had these cards who didn't want them, it really didn't go well for them. So selling them and spreading them out further just seems like it'll be easier for the wrong people to get their hands on them.
Fair.
It seems like there's a lot of those out there.
That it does. Just checking in on research. Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah,
Aurora,
I mean,
say hello to Jack. Aurora looks up from a book and waves.
hi, Aurora.
Hello, Jack.
This is Birch. I don't know if familiars can, like, talk to each other. I don't know. Anyway,
Yes,
he's
we've
my
had a
raccoon.
chat.
Okay. Cool.
Of course, familiars can communicate with each other, Jack. You really should study on this. You can make it speak if you invest the right energies into it.
Birch is not an it, if with all due respect. I would
Yeah,
prefer...
Deepest apologies.
Yeah. Anyway, I did have a question. I know that this is not at the top of your priority list, and I'm not saying it should be, but if you could maybe just add, like, blood oaths to your list to look into, that might be good.
Oh, Jack, you didn't take a blood oath.
We've been over this, yeah. I did.
Oh, you
And
scoundrel, I forgot.
I kind of just thought that, like, I don't know, I didn't, like, really mean it, so I kind of just thought I could get out of it eventually, which, not ruling out that possibility. Birch seems to think that there's hope. Right, Birch? He gives Birch a little scritch.
Aurora turns. He says yes.
See? And Birch knows a lot of stuff, I think. He seems to.
I'm glad that you're coming to terms with trusting a familiar. This is a long way for you, Jack. You always seemed so skeptical of Aurora when we first met.
Gee, I wonder why.
Now you're understanding.
There are a few more steps, I think, to me understanding your
I should
relationship.
give you my thesis.
Okay, you can stick it in the library.
It's only 122 pages. It's
It'll
very quick
look
read.
great in the library.
I'll hand deliver it to you. You can read it.
Perfect. I would love that a lot. So, blood oaths, you'll look into them?
Once I'm done with this research, one step at a time, Jack. They don't tie together. I don't believe.
Okay. I guess I'll leave you to it then. Jack,
If you want to leave
good?
Birch to help here,
He glances at Birch and kind of gives him the, like,
Birch digs the claws into your shoulder.
I think Birch is good.
The Jack gives a wave.
Okay. Well, enjoy your whatever you're doing here. And
Academia, my good boy.
enjoy that so much. I'm gonna go now. Bye.
We get right back to their study.
He's in the library, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
Dang it. Okay. Means if I want to study stuff, I have to go back in there and talk to him.
Right, yeah, that's Krunk's problem. We should go buy some potions of invisibility.
Just for the
Sneak
library.
past him.
Go
Yeah,
into the
just-
restricted section.
Uh-huh. We'll just crouch against the wall. Did Jack ask Krunk to learn the Consecrate?
He hasn't yet. I did want to talk to Krunk and Gingham though, but if you
Okay, that works.
okay.
I was
We'll
gonna
say-
spend my next day learning Consecrate.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay,
Yeah.
well, at dinner, I don't know, or breakfast maybe, they're eating. Gingham has their fluff, and Jack says, "So I don't know what you guys are doing in a few days. Gingham, I assume you still have work to do in your workshop, but maybe if you all could find like an hour to spare. I was hoping to do like a funeral thing. And you're invited. Is that weird to say you're invited to a funeral? It feels weird saying it. Anyway, you can come. I would like it if you would come. There.
I would go anywhere you asked me, but I want you to know that I especially will be there for you in your time of need.
Thanks, Krunk. Birch told me my father doesn't exist in this reality anymore. He died.
Oh. How do you feel about that?
Well, probably like you imagine I might feel. I haven't seen him for like 8 years, so it's not that I'll, miss him terribly in the day-to-day, but I left home and I kind of promised him and myself, I never really said it out loud, but I was just thinking that all I really wanted to do was get back there and be able to be with him, at least for a time. I left because of my mom. The call was getting to be too much and things were getting kind of violent, and I didn't want to, accidentally do something really terrible, because that's kind of how it goes with hags. But anyway, yeah, I guess now I just won't get to do that. So I figured a funeral is the next best thing. Oh yeah, also my childhood home is now taken over by a ritual ley line that I assume some hags set up, so I'd like to figure out how to consecrate that land. If any of you know how to do that. Gingham, you know a lot of weird things. You don't happen to just magically know that ritual, do you?
No.
I will learn it, Jack. And I am sorry to hear about your father.
Yeah.
Mind if I attended the funeral as well? Says Mordecai.
Yeah, I mean, you can all come. It'd be cool if you came. And Krunk, you're like the closest thing to like a cleric that I know, so I don't know if you know funeral rites, but it'd be cool if you could do them. I'm not really religious.
I would be honored to hold these rites. Though, if you would prefer someone in a more official capacity, I could talk to the head priest.
I don't really want anyone who I don't know there.
Hmm.
It's going to be a lot to explain. And Gingham, I know you have a long list of stuff you got to craft, but if you found time to make just like a little marker or something that you think looks cool, I'd appreciate it.
I can craft that for you. That's easy, Jack.
It doesn't need to be a magic awakened crazy item. He his eyes drift to your brooch.
Right.
Just a normal thing is fine.
Well, what was your father's name?
His name was Rupert Phineas Grimm.
Rupert Phineas Grimm. All right.
He liked wood carvings. So I don't know, maybe
Wood
something out of wood.
carvings.
Anyway, so yeah, just, maybe in 2 days or something, we can do a little thing. It doesn't have to take much time. I don't want to distract you guys from your own breaks. Gods know we all deserve time off, so. But thanks.
It won't be an imposition, Jack. Allow me to reassure you. All right. Well, seems as if we've got some things cut out, and we will see you. Just let us know the day, Jack, and we will be there. And I'll look into this consecrate business. Perhaps the library has something.
Willem is in there, just warning you.
Ugh, thank you. I will change my spells and perhaps sneak in.
Okay. Jack will also communicate. Well, no, he'll send Birch to tell Aurora that Willem can also come to the funeral if he would like to.
Okay.
But Jack doesn't want to get into a whole big discussion with Willem about it, so he's been informed, though.
Okay. It'll take a day of your downtime, but you can learn the consecrate spell.
Does it cast anything?
Nope. Not with your library perk. Now, it does have to be cast at the heightened 7th level version to get rid of this ley line, though, because you need that planar seal.
Okay. Let me look up consecrate.
But it is going to cost 1,400 gold.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's going to cost that to learn?
No, to cast the ritual.
Okay.
And it takes 3 days.
Yeah, it takes 3 days. It takes 1,400 gold in rare incense and offerings. Krunk will have to be the one to lead it. And then there will have to be 2 other people that will have to help, and they must also worship Desna, or you can pledge to Desna, and when you pledge to a deity, you are subject to their anathema and may have negative consequences if you offend their anathema.
I'm just gonna ask at the place that I'm famous, the Temple of Desna. I'll just go see if I can find a couple volunteers. Instead of diplomacy, can I roll performance because I make an impression with performance instead of diplomacy? Okay.
100%. And you can get people no matter what. I'm seeing how big of talent you're getting because this is a difficult ritual. And I will tell you that nobody at that temple is going to be super reliable as secondary casters.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Get Willem to pledge to Desna.
I will. Willem would never.
Absolutely not.
He would literally. It's his anathema to do so.
But it's for Jack.
It is for Jack. Okay, so I got a 31.
Okay. A 31 is enough for you to get 2 people that are going to be a little bit underwhelming for this. You can hire, and I'll let you hire at a discount. Normally, each one would cost 360 a day, but with your pool that you have at the church, I'll have it cost 200 gold a day per person.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Are you just doing this ritual right now?
No, it's gonna take 3 days to do it.
Yeah, okay,
so
that's what I was...
Right now's the day to do it. I'm learning it. I'm getting people set up. I'm paying them ahead of time, saying, all right, on this day, show up at blah, blah, and I'll take us there.
Got it. Well, you could do it first if you want.
Was Jack okay waiting that long?
Well, if Krunk can basically clear that land and Jack could have the funeral there, then he would probably wait. There's no body to bury, so it's not like there's a clock ticking. But I didn't want to soak up 3 days of your, well, now 4 days of your downtime if you had
That's
other
okay.
things you wanted to do.
This is like quintessential Krunk wanting to sacrifice everything for
Aw.
Jack. This is great. I love it.
Okay.
So I will definitely 100% go and do this. However, I would like to spend... So I've only done 2 days of downtime, right, Chase? I did Consecration, Mountain Man. Did Mountain Man take a whole day?
Yes, because you have to do the whole hike.
Okay,
up there,
so I did. So I have done 3 days.
And then you did the Desna meditation.
Yeah, so 3.
Mhm.
So I have 5 days left.
Mhm.
I'm gonna spend 1 day going to the carnival to get a hero point.
Excellent. And you get some insight about an enemy that's coming up.
Wow. Let's see what that is.
As you spend time at the carnival and all of its weird entertainments, one person just seems to really draw your attention. There's kind of a hooded, cloaked figure that jumps in front of you and turns their head upside down, and the cloak falls to the side. They look like this.
Krunk punches him in the face.
He dodges it very almost like supernaturally fast. And then this figure follows you around kind of like gesture-like for the rest of your time at the carnival.
Can I describe what this guy looks like to the
Yes,
viewers and
please
the
do.
podcast listeners? Okay, so there is a mummy man in dark leather boots and a green tattered robe with little pouches strung along his waist. In one hand out raised, there is a yellow mist or dust rising from it, and he's holding a curly-whirly staff, and at the very top, tied together, are a bunch of hands with the phalanges all like up, like it's like a torch-looking thing.
Skeletal hands. Just
Yeah, skeletal
to clarify,
hands.
not fleshy hands.
Can you
That
imagine
would
how
be
horrifying?
horrifying. I mean, the skeletal hands are already pretty scary, but yes, fleshy hands would be worse.
And it kind of looks like he's got flames in his eyes, like as I zoom. Has anyone else seen flamey eyes?
Kind of like gingham.
Oh my gosh, it does look like Gingham. And not only that, his forehead is extremely tall.
Just as a final observation.
This is like a side note. I don't know if that was like a style choice or like, I don't know.
Is that what a lich looks like?
Why don't you roll me a perception, Krunk, and you can see.
Oh, that's really good perception.
37.
All right, yeah, this is a lich. Let's tell you about this. To gain more time to complete their goals, some desperate spellcasters pursue immortality by embracing undeath. After long years of research and creation of a special container called a phylactery, a spellcaster takes the final step by imbibing a deadly concoction or casting dreadful incantations that transform them into a lich. While most undertake this drastic plan to continue their work or fulfill some long-term plans, others become liches because they fear death or to fulfill some malevolent purpose, such as long-sworn revenge. Regardless, this result is permanent and carries with it the potential to alter history, both that of those who transform themselves and of the countless mortals that will inevitably suffer as a result of a lich's power. So, when/if you encounter this foe, you will have an insight into some more knowledge.
Okay. Wow, lots of things.
Yikes. Yeah.
Krunk
And you
will
got a
head-
hero point.
And I got a hero point. Krunk will head back and let Jack know that he's hired some people. Oh, Jack, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to catch you right before bedtime, but I did have something to talk to you about if you have a moment.
Sure.
Yes, so I have the time and the people and the bodies and the money to cast this consecrate ritual.
The bodies?
Yes, I need additional casters
Oh,
who
living
also worship Desna.
people. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, we're just
souls.
Yeah. Okay. Rituals, I just thought I'd make sure. I figured it was like a good thing, but you never
I'm
really
not just
know.
dragging more dead to your hometown. No, that would be ridiculous.
That's fine. So,
I was hoping it would be all right if I postponed the funeral a few days just to get your hometown set back right.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping I could do it there, but then when I saw that all set up, I figured I would just have to, I don't know, do it somewhere here in Harrow Court, which would have been fine, but didn't feel exactly right. So if you're saying that you can cleanse the land, I'm happy to wait.
Perfect. Well, I will get right on it in the morning.
Thanks, Krunk. This
You're welcome.
really means a lot.
I'm happy to be of service. And, I'm glad to be able to give something back to you that was taken.
As Krunk turns to leave, Jack grabs his arm and stops him, and he says, "Really, Krunk, thank you." And he gives him a hug.
Krunk goes completely stiff for a second, like he hasn't had a hug in a very long time. And then just so gently, so carefully, his big arms surround Jack. And I imagine that a hug from Krunk feels incredibly safe.
Oh. Birch,
But also, like, he
snuggles
can end
up
your
and-
life with one squeeze.
like it's somewhere
Jeez.
between those two. Birch snuggles up right under your chin, Krunk. And you feel his little warm body doing a little weird raccoon purr. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Good hug. Good hug. And he holds out a hand for a fist bump.
Okay.
Fist bump the hug. Nice.
Jack will very lightly knuckles and then turn away and walk into his room.
Krunk is positively blushing with joy. And he
Oh,
hums a little ditty from his mouth tummy as he heads to bed.
no.
There we came back to reality. We love it. All right. What's next on the agenda, downtimers?
Can you just imagine if Krunk's tummy mouth licked Jack's torso while they were hugging? That would have been yucky, but very funny.
Good thing it didn't happen, right?
Is that Krunk's intrusive thought as he's hugging Jack? He's like, don't do
No.
it, don't do it, don't
No.
do it.
You stay down, stay inside that tummy.
Whenever any question starts with, can you imagine the mouth tummy? The answer for me is no, because I prefer to not ever imagine the mouth tummy.
Oh, so funny.
Good stuff.
Such a gross little guy.
All right. What we got next?
Oh, dang it. I forgot about the other thing I was going to tell Willem. Okay, we don't have to play this all out, Chase. But I did want to tell Willem about the grave hags, because I thought he would find that relevant and or interesting to know that there's some other weird reality with grave hags making horror cards.
He would give you a paper and a quill and ask you to write a full detailed account of what you
Ugh.
saw.
Homework? Writing stuff down is your thing, Willem.
Help with the research, Jack.
Fine. Yeah, Jack will do his best to write down everything he remembers.
Nice. All right. Are you going through with the consecration, Krunk?
That'll be my next 3 days.
Okay. And that leaves you with one, or that's it?
One more day.
Yeah.
For will-o-wisps? Is Krunk gonna try it?
Maybe. I would really like to will-o-wisps, but I have 0 in acrobatics, and I think that's the only thing I can roll.
Okay, here's the thing. I will allow
Oh my gosh.
performance
Oh,
to play with the will-o-wisps.
Oh, nice. So lovely. Okay, yeah, I'll try performance my last day.
see what complaining gets you guys. See what happens.
Be the greasy wheel.
I mean, sometimes depending on my
The
mood, it might get you
greasy wheel.
initiative.
You greasy
so-
wheel. You don't want to be the greasy wheel.
Be the greasy wheel after you've spoke.
Squoke. All right, so is the full quote officially be the greasy wheel after you have squoke?
Yes.
Yeah.
What card are the willows from again? Remind me.
What card was this from?
I
It was
can go
either
check
the
epitome
Demon's
list.
Lantern. It was the Demon's Lantern.
Who has that right now?
I do. Yes, I do. Can two people hunt will-o-wisps at the same time, Chase? Or play with them, I mean?
Yes, they can.
Oh, maybe we go running through
Now,
the woods at night.
If this will be negligible since you guys have more days, but notably, you have to play with the will-o-wisps at night, which will make you fatigued the following day.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's do it after the funeral then.
Okay.
We don't have to. We can speed run these, but I did want to look for the Thieves Guild, and I wanted to talk to the Liar.
Excellent.
As
from
two
the-
different days of downtime.
Liar is from the Liar card, right?
Yep, and then the Thieves Guild is from the Uprising? Or maybe the Survivor. No, it's not the Survivor. I think it's the Uprising.
Yeah, who you want to chat with first?
I'll look for the Thieves Guild first.
You do have to find them, so it is a perception check or a survival or a thievery.
Okay, I will go with Thievery. I never get to roll Thievery. Rolling. I rolled a 12 for a 37.
37. So looking around for the Thieves Guild, you actually see like secret little scratches around town that you realize are speaking a secret code, giving you directions to the Thieves Guild hideout, which leads you to one of the houses in the town that has a secret cellar. And you can see that there is a magical stone that has to be moved into a socket so that the cellar turns into an extra dimensional space in which the Thieves Guild exists.
We have an extra dimensional space within our demi-plane, whatever this place is.
That's pretty cool.
Weird. Okay.
Open a bag of holding in there and see what happens.
Ah! No thanks.
Boom.
Okay. Does Jack know? Will I have to find them again every single time I want to do this?
No, they'll be here.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll pop my head in, say hello, fellow thieves.
Yeah, they got some real shady fellows here. All of them are in cloaks with their faces mostly covered. And yeah, I mean, as you see eyes here, you can see it's not just humans. There's a wide variety of people here. And one of them comes up to you, somebody who is in a red cloak. And it's kind of a feminine voice that speaks to you. What are you here for? Are you here for training? Are you here for a task?
I'm here for a task.
A task. Do you have what it takes to betray those closest to you, Jack?
Whoa, Jack is thrown off by this question. Could I do an insight? Is this like a trick? Is this like a test?
Roll it. Roll a perception.
42.
Seems blunt and earnest.
Depends on the price.
So a task of betrayal you wish to accept then?
Are there any other tasks?
No, not for you.
Not for me. Oh. What happens if I don't fulfill the task?
Then you do not get our favor. The guild smiles upon those that are initiated.
Well, why don't you tell me what the job is?
We have a fence in Absalom. I can give you their contact information. We see thievery. We see betrayal. Try to cheat us, and you will regret it. You must steal the weapon wielded by your large ally and sell it to this fence. Do this without informing your ally, and the guild will smile brightly on you, and you may join the shadows.
Oh boy. I'll think about it.
The rewards will be great.
I'll
And
consider
you
it.
know the weapon.
Yeah, I only have one large friend with one insanely powerful weapon.
She nods. Right. Go and do this thing and then return. And she gives you a little slip of paper that has the information for the fence and Absalom.
Okay. Are you, like, part of this place?
She looks you dead in the eyes for a moment, and then she turns pointedly away from you and walks away.
Okay. Well, I will tuck that paper away and leave.
PvP quest.
Yeah, jeez.
That was so cool.
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
What? No.
No, I mean, think
Immediate dismissal of idea.
if there's some sneaky way to do the thing and not, like do it really, some cheater way to do it. I just have to think about it.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the liar situation? I don't need a whole new scene. I just wanted that is a day of downtime that I was going to do at some point.
Yeah, so the liar is if you shout the liar, they'll give you a rumor. You can roll me a d20 on the rumor.
I will do that. Just a flat d20 for the liar. Oh, it's a 1.
It's a 1. All right.
Oh, we love that.
The liar is missing. Not able to find him, Jack.
Oh, he's not in his creepy house?
Nope. Krunk, as you're working on your consecration ritual, somebody that you don't recognize comes stepping through a horror court portal.
Oh no, did I just ruin the ritual?
No.
That face! I
don't think so.
No, slow smile. You didn't.
Got the line of cards and the sound of shuffling, just like when you guys walk through. And a gentleman in a very long, bland brown robe, very twirled mustache and a headband comes walking through. Hey, Krunk. Looking for yous.
Krunk Boss is in the middle of his ritual, not wanting to curse while casting it. And who might you be?
I'm from around town.
Around town, you'll have to be a little less
You
vague.
can call me Set. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, so we are meeting for the first time.
Krunk
Krunk doesn't go to shake his hand. He's a little wary of this.
Listen, I came as soon as I could. I just heard some troubling news, and I thought that somebody as important as yourself would want to know.
Then carry on.
I heard around town from very reliable sources your good friend Jack is taking upon himself a quest to steal your very precious sword.
What? I don't think so. Jack
He's
wouldn't
gonna
do
steal
such
it for his own benefit. Promise of great reward in joining some sort of club.
a club.
An exclusive club. One that probably wouldn't accept somebody with your kind of class, but that shady friend of yours, Jack. Absolutely.
Krunk gives a little bit of pause at that.
Anyways, I'm a busy individual, but I thought it was important, so I rushed here right away.
Tell me, where did you get such information? Why should I believe you, stranger?
Oh, I can't give out my sources. My business is information, and if I gave it out, then I'd have no business left.
You just gave me information.
Why don't you just ask your friend about it?
Fine, maybe I will. Or maybe I won't waste his time, because I know Jack wouldn't do that to me.
That's your business. Mine stops at the information. A pleasure talking to you, Krunk. And he turns around and a horror court portal opens back up and he steps through.
Yay!
That's not going to make the funeral awkward at all.
No.
I have questions, but they can wait.
I would never. I would
Of course
never.
Of course not.
Never even entertain the idea.
Never would have thought of such a thing.
No.
Okay.
Okay. What's next?
Punk's just casting all day, man, so there's nothing exciting for him. Who are the people that he's actually casting with? Can we give them names?
Oh,
and
yeah.
personalities?
Okay, so are you hiring people to join you?
Yes, I already spent the 400 gold for my inventory.
It's 400 per day. It's going to be 1,200.
Plus
Then the spell will be
1,400 to cast
1,400
this.
to cast.
Y'all.
Jack, you're an expensive bitch.
I did not ask for this to be done immediately. I merely said I want to do this eventually.
Chase,
Yes?
I have a +2 striking bastard sword for 1,000. Would they take that as payment? Plus the 400 gold I gave them?
A bastard sword?
It's a +2 striking bastard sword. It's valued at 1,000 gold pieces.
Roll me a flat check. Let's see how freaking vicious of clerics you brought with you here.
4.
Nah, they got no use for that.
Okay, but what if I spun it to be like, hey, this was the sword I was carrying when Desna chose me to be her blessed one?
Roll me a deception.
It's not a deception. This is my
That's
original
true?
sword.
All right, roll me a performance.
31.
31? All right, I'll let you just trade it for the straight sell value. So half
Okay.
price.
That's 500.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll pitch in some of my own money too that I have. I'm sitting on 687. I could throw 500 toward it.
And how much more do we need?
1,200 more.
1,200 more?
Uh,
Are we cool spending that from the stash money? We have 30, almost 36.
Yeah?
I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound at this point.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll make it back. We just gotta
We're gonna
go
make it back
out,
so
get
soon.
more
Don't
loot.
you worry about it.
I'll sell your bastard sword and we'll get
I
all
should
that
have gone
money back
monster
really
hunting.
quick.
I'll go monster hunting, and then I'll come back with the loot from the mountain man, and we can sell that.
Oh my god.
all right, so you're all paid for. You're
Let's
current
not
with your
fail this
cleric
check.
with your clerical charges.
All right, so who are my people?
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, these are just two big shot clerics that have probably seen some line of work. Maybe one of them's with the Pathfinder Society.
And they didn't want my sword. Okay.
They're not proficient.
Okay, fair enough. What are their names?
Gonna make me do this, are ya?
Yes, I'm gonna remember them from always. They're going in my backstory as my new best friends. Hunter Jack, of course.
All right. One of them
And above
is
Gingham?
named-
Oh,
Well, Gingham hasn't given Krunk the little thing yet. That happened on the last day. So the Gingham will go above them after that.
But not right now.
But not right now, not yet. We're not that close yet.
not like you've been through life-threatening situations
And
multiple
we
times.
actually
with
kind
this.
Doesn't
of
matter.
wrecked a war together, honestly.
There's a
Yeah.
woman named Respa and a man named Sigaric. Respa is a halfling. Sigaric is a half-orc.
A halfling woman, a half orc manling. Okay.
A half-orc manling.
Did I say that? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Manling. All right, they're added to my notes.
That's all it takes, Gingham, to become best friends with Krunk. Just spend 3
Gotta
days
cast
casting a
rituals.
ritual.
Shoot. Now I know.
Crafting incredible armor is not enough.
So is the funeral happening at the consecration site at its conclusion?
Whoa. Well,
That sounds like a great idea. I can pressure
guess,
Sigaric
but-
into running the thing.
but what if it doesn't work? And
It's
then
gonna
we have to
work.
cancel the funeral.
It's gonna work.
Okay.
You don't have to cancel the funeral. It's just not going to have a cool
Funeral's
finish.
canceled.
It's gonna work, guys.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if Krunk is confident, Jack will rally everyone to come at the appointed hour when the ritual will finish.
Yeah, so the days leading up to the funeral, as Crunk's working on the consecration, Mordecai is going to leave your side. Well, Mordecai's been hanging out, just kind of chatting with you, Gingham, trying to get to know you. Finds Gingham quite interesting chat-wise, because I imagine Gingham is not the same as Ginny was. But Mordecai will disappear, and he will track down Jack. Hey, Jack. Talk to you for a moment.
Sure. Jack hurriedly tucks a little scrap of paper into his pocket that he's been reading.
They'll like sit him down somewhere like around Harrowport, like just a bench in the hallway or something. Take a seat.
This feels a lot like some kind of intervention or heart-to-heart or fatherly chat.
I wouldn't dream of trying to insert myself in that way, Jack, but it's a heart-to-heart allowed.
Okay.
Good. Are you doing all right?
God, why does everyone keep asking me that? That question is really played out. Sorry, Mordecai.
A simple no
Not
can
Shadow.
suffice.
No. I'm not doing all right, but I've spent most of my life in around that level, so I guess if you're averaging it all out, then I'm maybe a little below average.
All right, well, I wish I had something to help you with. I know that we're not technically connected. I mean, we are indirectly, but I wasn't really there for you. But you're related to my Ginny, and I can't say that I fully understand exactly what Gingham is, but my Ginny's in there somewhere.
You're not the only one who feels that way, by the way. I don't think anyone totally knows what.
I'm not even sure Gingham does. I would consider it a personal favor if you would go have a chat with Gingham. Just remind him that you guys have some sort of bond. You have each other. You do have each other, Jack.
I guess. Yeah, I can do that. I don't know that our connection is exactly a happy one, but...
Take it from somebody who's lost a lot more than you. I have, Jack. Keep a hold of what you got.
Sounds familiar. He looks at Birch.
Birch looks happy.
Smug little Birch up there. Sure. I can talk to Gingham if they will break away from their crafting for 2 seconds.
They've been throwing a lot into the work, so why don't you go give them a break?
Okay. Oh, do you still have that dagger? The one I gave you, by the way, with the engraving?
I do. He'll
Just
pull it out.
keep it safe for me, okay?
Oh, this is a gift. I'll treat it precious.
Okay. Just have a feeling it might be, I don't know, important somehow.
You know, I get that feeling as well. I did as soon as you gave it to me.
All right. Well, I'll go find Gingham. Jack will wander off toward where he hears Gingham shouting at the brass dwarf, and the brass dwarf grumbling. Gingham, you hear a knock.
Hello?
Sorry, it's me. I know you're working on the armor thing. I'm not. Do you have a second?
You see like a half-crafted angel thing, and then the talkie pendant like thrown on the ground somewhere. Hi.
Like mouthing off in the corner.
Yeah. Well, yes, Jack. What, do you need something else? It will have to be in the queue. This thing's given me...
No, it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you've done plenty. You've done a lot. Thanks. I just wanted to ask, do you remember anything from Ginny? I mean, I assume Mordecai has told you that you have, or I don't know, soul something. This isn't news, right?
I do remember Mordecai saying that. That's it, though.
Yeah. I just thought you should know that apparently Ginny and I are half siblings.
Right.
On my mother's side, which is
the hag mother. Oh. Gingham sits down. Right. Well, how do you feel about that, Jack?
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, I guess. But in other ways, I guess it's not so bad. It's nice not to be totally alone, I suppose.
I don't think you've been totally alone for a while, though, right? Krunk's around too.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. Working on that. I guess I mean alone in my situation. I didn't grow up with siblings, you know.
Right. I wish I could remember more for you, Jack.
That's okay. I guess just if you remember anything from Ginny, feel free to let me know.
Well, Mordecai said that something happened right before the attack on Horror Court, and there's a blank spot there, but I don't quite remember what happened there. I remember everything I've ever read, though, which couldn't have been from just being this, right?
You do seem to know a lot of very random things.
Books are interesting, Jack. I could introduce you to a few.
I'm good. Willem's tried that before. I will introduce myself to books as I see fit.
Oh, these ones are different, and they pat the very tattered tome that's strapped to their leg. This one's got some good stories in it. I'll read them to you sometime.
I can only imagine what might be written in that book.
Oh, lots of things. If you think it could be there. Probably. Maybe. Never mind.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you know, and I don't really know how to do the siblings thing. I don't know how you feel. So, okay, we can just be equally bad at it together then.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Equally bad at something. Hey.
Cool. So, half sister. He like holds his hand out weirdly, not sure if he should like shake your hand or give you a hug or what the procedure should be.
Egan like reaches out their hand and just shakes it too. Sure, this works. Is this binding?
Not as binding as a blood oath, I would expect.
Oh, right.
Actually, it's not binding at all.
Hey, Birch, go play with that brooch over there.
Birch does it, scoops it up and runs off. Put me down!
That thing's been going incessantly for days now. I don't know why, don't know how, but it's been going.
I just am so happy you crafted it. I cannot wait to drag it on all of our adventures with us.
It'll probably be pretty useful. Ooh, speaking of, do you think Krunk's hungry?
Probably. He has 2 mouths, so
right.
That's gotta be for eating, right?
They give a little shrug. We could go find out.
Sure. Jack
I don't
will,
know
like,
how we would do that.
push open the door. I mean, you can. It's just through my closet. You can go talk to him. He's just doing the ritual stuff.
Well, let's
You
get
have
him
my closet consent.
Oh, thanks, Jack.
I can catch up with you. I better go make sure Birch doesn't hide the brooch
Or
too well.
Birch could hide the brooch, and it would be fine.
Okay. Then
We'll come
Jack
back
will
for
follow
it.
Gingham out.
I
Roach
want to go.
obliges.
Can I craft some food, Chase?
Oh, 100%. Roll it.
Hey, I did
Crafting
roll
food.
it, and it's a 43.
Oh,
Wow.
delicious.
This food's
That's
gonna
And
be
good
so
edible
food.
good.
if you so choose.
I'm making it for Krunk. I'm crafting
Okay.
food.
Yeah.
Is it
Just
made
make-
out of more of Guy's essence?
You know how funny that would be?
Essence biscuits.
I
Yeah.
heard that you liked to consume Guy, so I just went ahead and made it a biscuit for you. No. Mm-mm.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, Krunk's in the middle of a consecration in the middle of this circle, and it involves one of your assistants is on the ground asleep in the middle of the circle, singing a lovely melody, but they're definitely asleep. And the other one is crafting all of these pretty little paper mache butterflies and decorating the area with them.
How pretty. Oh, Gingham, I don't know if this is really a safe place for you to be.
Oh, I'm just bringing food. I wasn't planning on staying. You've got a lot going on there.
Food, you say? Chase, is this something I can, like, kind of pause and eat on?
Yeah, it's not like you have to like non-stop for 3 days straight, like focus on it. It's just like you need to like get the work done.
Okay, that makes sense. Gingham, is there enough food for everyone?
Yeah, Gingham
With a
went
42, Gingham went ham.
that's a 43. I just
43? Even better.
hey, I've learned a +1 can make all the difference, all right?
True.
It's true. In this case, it doesn't, but it sure can.
that hurts me.
Oh, it's too funny.
There's so much food.
What's the spread, Gingham?
What does Krunk like?
Krunk will pretty much eat anything, but I think that if Gingham's been paying attention, Krunk likes a good stew.
I was
He's
kind
a
of thinking stew.
eater.
It's a pot. Yeah, it's a big thing of stew.
Wait, it's a huge thing of stew, so is the cauldron like as big as Gingham?
yeah,
Keeping it in the bag of holding.
yeah. Gingham just I'll need your help getting it out because it's a little bit bigger than me, Krunk, but it's in this bag.
Oh, let me take a look. Oh, stew? Oh, Gingham, you did too much this time.
Well, it was really easy.
Krunk sets it down and it's still like steaming. He used his bare hands and it's just like a little sizzling sound, but he's got the brass dwarf on so he doesn't get hurt. Oh, everyone, names Sigaric and Respa, please come have a meal.
Respa is asleep and singing,
Will she stop?
incapable of eating.
Okay.
Just
well, that's
spoon
fine.
feed her between verses.
I know.
Yeah, there you go.
Start, start like dribbling it past her lips.
Sigaric will pause the butterfly crafting though and kind of
Oh,
Yeah,
and
does he-
I made these off of Gingham's recipe. I'm not much of a cook. I only rolled a 30, so my biscuits to accompany
Still
the stew are
pretty dang good.
much less impressive than the stew.
He did a really good job. He followed every step.
Jack, you made me dinner?
Fucking knew it.
Ta-da! It was
Uh-oh.
Gingham's idea and recipe, and honestly, Gingham did almost everything. I just sort of like stirred.
Oh, you guys are bonding without me. That's so cute. No, it is. It is. It's adorable. Krunk seems to like rein in his jealousy a little bit.
It's a sibling pact of some sort. We shook hands.
I love that you two are so close like this.
A stove pact instead of a blood pact.
Oh, the pendant said it was.
Why did I just take 20 damage?
Accident.
Why
Sorry.
did I take 20? I shouldn't take 20 damage because
No, I'll fix it. I'll fix
it's a jealousy damage.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm fixing it.
It's a stove pack 20 damage.
Everyone's having fun without me, and I'm spending 3 days doing a pack ritual.
Oh my god.
Sorry, that's too funny to me.
Gingham's like, I try to do a nice thing. It turns into this.
Krunk just crumples. Wow.
Okay.
So, heading to the 7th day of downtime, Gingham, you can take a brief break for the funeral if you want to attend it.
Yeah, I have.
Gingham's like, nah. Crafting.
We shook on being bad siblings, and I'm doing the bad part of the bad
You're not
half-sibling.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, of course I'm going to show up. I was requested to bring a thing.
All right, so you guys all gather around at Jack's old home, which is now missing and is a hag ley line.
Well, it's almost not going to be a hag ley line.
Yeah, hopefully this could fail.
And then it'll be really
don't
awkward.
put that out there.
You have a hero point? Yeah, okay. So Jack sort of gathers everyone.
Willem
Krunk
and
is
Aurora
already
do
there.
show up.
Yeah. Well, Jack will sort of go through Harrow Court and like round everybody up, basically, since they all have to go through his closet anyway, and he doesn't really want to send anyone into his room unsupervised.
Jack gives condolences, but says she cannot join them.
I'm assuming that maybe Mordecai is the same situation.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he will be understanding. He'll shake Mordecai's hand, like, warmly, and then head through with everybody else and see Krunk and Respa and Sigaric, who turns out they're all right.
Yeah, they're delightful. Respa is just an absolute sweetheart. She is so kind. And Sigaric's a bit weird, but like in a friendly way. Like he's kind of like endearingly awkward.
They're like Krunk.
Oh.
A little more uncomfortable than Krunk.
More uncomfortable than
Less
Krunk.
mouth tummy, but also less social skills.
Okay. Well, Jack has spent all of this time with Gingham and Krunk, so I don't know that really ruffles his feathers too much.
Let's talk about mechanics here. So we have to roll to see if this ritual completes. You do spend the resources, so it's all committed. Now, Krunk, you are the lead of the ritual. So you are going to be rolling the final check to see if it succeeds, and they are rolling to assist you. We are going to have one of them is going to roll for crafting, the one who is making little paper butterflies. There's so many of them, like thousands, and they're all very intricate over the last 3 days. It's
Wow,
beautiful.
okay.
So he is going to roll the craft.
Is that an 8?
Right on.
That is exactsies, which
That's
you need.
what we needed.
So he gives you a +1. And then the other, who has been doing the sleep singing, everywhere
That's
that
my
she
job.
laid down and sang, you hear kind of like a choir of voices singing from where she was sleeping. And so it's made like this very nice procession of beautiful music. That is going to succeed. Okay, so you have a +2 total, and your DC is a 36 religion. I am going to let you use that Desna push to upgrade your success tier. So critical fail to a fail to a success, success to a critical success.
Okay.
You need a 16 on the dice.
We've got a reroll, folks. but we don't fucking need it.
Oh,
37 alone.
First try.
37.
Krunk was
Ooh.
inspired.
Krunk
Nice.
was inspired. He was like, I'm not. He sat down. He was like, Desna, I will not embarrass myself and Jack in this moment. I will succeed.
Now, this is going to have the consecration effect. It's also going to have a bonus effect. And Krunk, I'm not going to let you know what the bonus effect is. It will make the bonus effect cooler. Would you like to use your push to make it a crit success?
100%.
Yeah, you want to do it? You want to spend the push?
Yeah, I'll spend my push.
So that means that
Aw.
this area is now going to be consecrated for 10 years instead of a single year. Either way, the hag ley line is banished, so it's just a perk. This is now a powerful place for Desna worshippers. And then it covers twice the radius. Occasionally, with your deity's favor, it might produce a more amazing effect. And so there is an additional effect for this one, just for the consecration itself.
Okay.
Which is going to be Krunk. You're going to get Desna's moderate boon. So once per day, you get to just re-roll a roll. It can be a skill check, it can be an attack, it can be a damage roll.
Wow.
You have to take the
Dang.
second result, though.
look at that
Okay.
excitement. Okay.
Desna's moderate boon.
All right, and then so with this ritual, when you complete it with your prayers to Desna and your worship Krunk, you just like erupt butterflies, like they apparate from behind you out of nowhere, and they start flooding around the procession, and all those paper butterflies turn into real butterflies, and everybody in the area just feels like they've just gotten the best night's sleep of their life. They feel so well rested. That music just gets gorgeous, and it comes to a crescendo, and the whole area just gets brighter and more green, and anything that was tarnished becomes more colorful. The worn paint that was on that tree becomes bright again, and you can see it's a painted songbird tail that matches the little songbird after it's refreshed. And there is a very powerful effect of dispelling this ley line. Could be game breaking or less exciting, but we have to roll on that now. So all three of you are going to get this boon for dispersing the ley line. So this hag magic dissipates in like a big burst of magical energy that it's going to erupt out like a sonic boom and then come pulling back into an orb of energy that's going to shoot a little beam at each of you. So for dispelling this ley line, you are all going to get a random once per day spell of a random level, and with the crit success, the spell level is going to be +1. So, who wants to roll first?
Wait. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, you're all gonna get a random once per day spell.
That we have permanently,
You have
once per
permanently.
day.
Yeah, when you rest, you get it back.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Really big roulette here. It could be kind of lame, or it could be really OP.
It could be kind of lame, but that's still okay.
Wow.
So, Krunk, why don't you start? You did the ritual. So, you're going to roll a d4 to see what tradition it's from.
2.
2 is going to be from the Divine Spellist.
Okay.
All right, now you're going to roll a d10 plus 1 to see what level of spell you're getting.
10.
You got, all right. So, a 10 with the +1 means that you're getting a 10th level spell and a 5th level spell.
Wow.
There.
Oh, is that all? Is that for me?
Let's see. Let me pull up the table.
I'm sweating over here.
By the luck of Desna.
Can it be rare?
Sure can be.
This is the best feeling in TTRPGs. It's always
Twice in a row.
random shit paying off.
M has had like the best two sessions for Krunk.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Crunk-wise, damn.
As if Krunk needed to be more broken.
Really coming out ahead. Yeah.
Hey, I feel like this was extremely in character for him
It
to give up
was.
all of his downtime to help his buddies, and it's just thrilling me, honestly.
Paying off. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. Desna has not forsaken you.
No,
Desna has not forsaken.
Desna is here.
All right, and you want to roll on your 5th or your 10th first?
Let's do 5th.
5th, go ahead and roll me a D100.
54.
Okay, you are getting the spell Scouring Pulse. So you make the area full of concentrated positive energy, which scours away the stain of undeath. So basically, you do a big burst of positive energy and some other benefits there. It's a big AoE spell.
That is sick.
Once per day, and then you get a 10th level, so roll a D8.
6.
You get Nullify. So it is a reaction spell. Trigger is a foe within range casts a 9th level or lower spell. You instantly destroy the incoming spell. So the cost of sending magical feedback through your body, you automatically counteract the spell, but the feedback brings you unavoidable harm. So you take a D8 per level of the spell damage, but you just get a counter a spell.
You know what? That's so freaking Krunk to
That
take
is
10
so
damage
Krunk.
in order to just stop something deadly from happening.
Damn.
Wow.
Very.
Yeah.
Look how thrilled. That's so cool.
I'm really happy. What was the scouring? Scouring what?
Scouring pulse.
Pulse. Okay, I have to figure out how to add these. Okay.
Man,
Who wants to go next?
crazy. Gingham.
No one can follow that. I think we should be done.
You might get it. You might get a 10th level too.
D4
Hey.
first.
Yep. D4 to see what school it's in.
1.
1 is Arcane. All right, and then roll me a D10 to see what level.
4.
All right, 4th level for Gingham. Okay, roll me a D100, Gingham.
16.
This is so Gingham. You get countless eyes. Once
Yeah. Okay.
per day. Eyes from so you cause magical eyes to appear all over a creature's body. They can't be flanked. And they can seek in a burst in combat. So basically, you can cover Krunk or Jack or yourself with eyes, and you can't be flanked.
Oh,
Wow.
that's gross.
So Gingham. It's
That
so
is really.
It's
Here,
really
this
gross.
This will help. Just
All right,
erupt
Jack.
in eyeballs. Ugh.
And funny enough, Jack, the beam actually went to Birch for you, not to you. It's going to give you the spell.
Well, that makes sense. He is the source of my spell casting.
So go ahead and roll me a d4.
Uno.
Arcane for you as well. Roll me a d10 plus 1. 7th level for you. Not too bad, not too bad.
Nice. And a
Very.
D100. 32.
Momentary recovery. You instantly teleport yourself and any items you're wearing or holding from your current space to a clear space within range that you can see. After you vanish, but before you arrive, you can take up to 2 actions or the number of actions that you spent to cast momentary recovery, if it was fewer than 2. You can't target any creatures, so yeah, basically you get a teleport and you get to do 2 actions before you arrive there.
Wow. Very cool.
Okay.
So basically, you take 2 actions to teleport, then you get to take 2 actions for free, then you get to take the rest of your actions for the turn, and then you're slowed 1 on your next turn.
All
Actually, a
right.
pretty good one for Jack. I could see some pretty big shenanigans there.
Mhm.
He does love shenaniganery. So, wow, what a ritual.
Yeah.
What a side
Damn,
quest.
Krunk.
Krunk side quested
Genuinely
so hard.
more pleased than I've been in a minute. I guess since last week.
It was like since the glorious plate that was literally handcrafted for
Oh,
you.
also, Jack, as this ley line is dispelled, you are also going to get a permanent +2 to any saves against being dominated.
Oh, wow.
Yes, please.
So good.
So good.
that makes me nervous that might happen again in the future. That's great. I'm super happy about that. Honestly, I'm even happier about that than I am the spell.
Nice. So as the butterflies erupt and the chorus comes to a crescendo, and all of you feel this new sense of power imbue into your bodies from this ley line explosion. And Jack, you feel kind of a sense of freedom as this ley line is banished. Like the tug at the back of your mind that's always been there since you felt the call eases a little bit. It's kind of like a burden that you didn't know you had is off of your shoulders. And with this beautiful scene, everybody just looks in awe. And we'll go ahead and we'll wrap there for the evening, and we'll pick up next time with some words for Jack's late father.
Oh,